Hey guys and gals, it's me, your old buddy Mistermoose, back, and today we're playing a little Farm Sim 19. This is going to be a short video to help some of you guys out with losing animals in multiplayer. Maybe you haven't had this problem, but I know a lot of people are, where if you're on a server, after the server restarts, if you're the first person on, you'll lose all your animals. And if you're not careful, you can lose them permanently. So what happens is the server restarts, and all your animals are gone. For some reason, Giant's code doesn't log all the animals back in. So as you can see here, my chickens are empty. And if we run over to the other side over here, where I've got my horse paddock put in, you're not going to see any horses in there as well. Now, this can be really frustrating if you've spent hours in the game on hard mode, trying to get to the point where you can afford these animals, and then all of a sudden they just up and vanish on you. So here's the deal. When your server restarts and your animals are gone, don't save the game. Just log out of the game real quick. So we're going to jump in here. I'm going to quit the game, back to the menu. Then I'm going to go right back into multiplayer, and I'm going to start all over again. I haven't shut the server down. I didn't save the game. I'm just going to start back in. Let me find my Felsbrunn. Start and reload the game. Now, when I load in this time, the animals will be there. You got to be very careful, though, not to save the server. If you save the server when it's in this state, when you have no animals, they're gone completely. It will erase all the animals completely for your file. So now if we go back over here, you'll see my horses are back on the farm, and they're here for me. If I go back over to the other side and stop rubber banding, all my chickens will be here. So again, as long as when you log in, you find your animals aren't here, just log out to the menu, log back in, and all your animals will reappear. Now, should you run into an issue where your server completely erases your animals, which happened to me just the other day, and trust me, with over 200 hours into the game on hard mode, losing my animals really pissed me off. Anyways, here's how you fix it. Here's how I finally fixed it. I'm going to show you this now. All right, guys. So from here, I'm assuming that you've logged into the game. Your animals aren't there. You've tried logging back to the menu, then logging back into the game, and they're still not there. There's two solutions for you. The first and easiest is to go into your server, stop it, go to restore, and pick the closest game save to where you knew you had animals last. Load it up, and then do the log out, log in, and see if your animals appear. That's fine if you haven't done a lot of work on your server and you don't mind losing a little bit of work. If you're on a busy server and you've done a lot of work and somebody's lost their animals and you don't want to lose your progress and they don't want to lose their progress, there is a solution for this. It involves a couple of steps, and that's what I'm going to walk you through right now. In my case, I logged in, didn't even think to check my animals, started doing silage, cut a whole bunch of silage, did a few things, and then suddenly, realized I lost all my animals. And I wasn't real happy about it. So basically what had happened was the server had restarted. I logged in. I went about doing my business, and when the autosave kicked in, it wrote the new data without the animals on the server because I hadn't logged out, logged back in, and put them back on the server. So it saw them as being missing, so it just, rewrote the file without them on the server. So the trick is we're going to have to go into a previous restoration, get that data, put it in our current game save, and then I'll have my animals and I'll have my progress as well. So all of that starts with downloading the current game save. So I'm going to download that onto my computer. And as I can see, that's going to be save game 1 in parentheses 1. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and restore to a game save somewhere where I knew I had horses, which for me, that's going to be back here on the 2nd of December. So I'm going to restore that game. That's going to change the amount of money I had, the amount of hours I played. I'm going to download that file as well. And that's going to take just a second for that to download. Boom, we're good to go. I can close this down. And now we are going to go to my downloads files here. The first thing I'm going to do, let me get rid of that. I'm going to show you, this is my current save game. I'm going to go ahead and open that up with either WinZip, WinRAR, 7-Zip, whatever program you choose to open them up. And I'm going to pull out the items XML data to my desktop. I'm going to open that up with either Notepad++ or Notepad. And if I scroll down through the data, what I'm looking for is something to do with animal husbandry. Now, I know on our particular server right now, there's only 2 animal husbandries. One is for chickens, and the other one is going to be for the horses. I'm looking for the horses one right now. Here we go. Animal husbandry. This is it. Line 134. Animal husbandry, ID 16, placeables, animal husbandry, horses. This is, basically, this is the string you're going to look for if you're doing, chickens. It's going to say chickens here. If you're doing sheep, it's going to say sheep or pigs or cattle or whatever, And the line we're looking for in this is modules, name, animals, field capacity. Now, as you can see, there is nothing here. This is where the problem is. There should be a list of all the horses that I have on the server in that particular file right there. So that's where the problem is. That's the data that is missing. So I'm going to get rid of this file because I don't need it right now. I don't want to get confused with which ones I have, right? This is my backup. This is the game save we're going to get the data from. So I'm going to open it up again with WinRAR or 7-Zip, something like that. Pull out the items XML to my desktop. Open that up with Notepad++ or Notepad. And we're going to start by going for the animal husbandry for the horses. Now I've got to fix 2 things. I've got to fix the horses and I need to fix the chickens. So those are the 2 things that I'm going to be looking for when I go through here this time, okay? So let's scroll down through here. Places, road, places, that's rail station, placeable. Let's see. No, that's not what I need either. This is an older one, so the data in it's going to be a little bit different. Here's the chicken coop, so we can go ahead and get the chicken information. And again, here's the animal husbandry for the chicken XML. And if you see under module name animals, there's a ton of animals here listed. This was every chicken that I had on there, as well as what the breeding schedule was for them. So I want to copy this whole section here. So I'm just going to go from module to module, and I'm going to copy that whole little bit. I'm going to open up a little notepad here. Let me bring this on, and I'm just going to paste this into Notepad so that I have that information, right? I'll use that later on. Now I'm going to go back up here because I know the horses should be back above this somewhere. So back into Notepad++. And let me try and find the horses. I probably could do a search for this. I'm sure somebody right now is screaming at their computer. Just do a search for it. But I like looking through the code. Horse type, red, brown. Here they are. All right, so here are all my animals. Here we go. Animal husbandry, file name, placeables, horses. Now under module name, animals, field type, you see the 8 horses that I had. So now I can copy all of this data, copy that, and I'm going to place that in that little notepad that I had so I can reference that when I need it in just a moment. So I'm going to close this. I don't need it anymore. And again, so they don't get confused, I'm just going to throw that one away. I'm going to close this game save. Go back to my current game save, open it, and again, drag out the items XML. Open that with Notepad++. And we'll come down here for the placeables. Where was that? Line 134, I think was where it was. Yeah, here we go. Here is the animal husbandry placeable. And what I want to replace is this line right here that doesn't have anything in it. So I'll go to my notepad where I copied all the information for the horses. I'll copy that out of here, place it back in here, and paste. Making sure that I got every bit of the previous one out. That is good. And there, my 8 horses are back in the game. Now, actually, at the time I lost my horse, I had sold a whole bunch of my horses. So I'm going to take these first 4 out. They were my original horses. I'm going to delete those because I don't want those in here. I only had 4 when I lost all the horses. All right, and the next thing I need to do is my chickens. So I'm going to come down here to chickens module. It still has the breeding information in here, just all the chickens are going to be missing. I'm just going to copy and paste in the entire chicken string for module. I'm not going to worry about just doing the chickens and keeping the breeding. So I'll copy that because all the breeding information is in here as well. So I'll just go from module to module. Paste that in there, making sure that I didn't, leave a little bit of the other one. Everything looks good. So I will save this. Close Notepad++. And I will get rid of that now. I don't need it anymore. Close that. Drag and drop that items XML back into my WinRAR or my WinZip. Hit OK. All right, so at this point, it's just pretty simple. We're going to upload this zip to the server, and we'll put it up there. And that will overwrite the current data that is up there. And we'll have to log into the game, and we'll have to do the whole log in, log out, log back in to get the animals appear. But once that happens, we should be able to save the game, and all of our horses will be back there. So I'm going to wait for the server to update. As soon as it does, I will log in, and we'll be back on the server with no animals, and we'll do the whole log in, log out thing again, and you should see animals reappear. All right, guys, we are back on the server, and we have come full circle. And once again, I'm back on the server with no animals. But again, all I got to do now at this point is log off the server. So let me leave the server real quick. Log back in. Same multiplayer game. Come on. Yep. And start that up. And when we get in here, all my animals should be right back for me. Assuming that I, did everything right. Hopefully I did, right? Fingers crossed. But anyways, like I said, when this happened to me, I was really frustrated. It about drove me away from the game because of the number of hours we had spent. And it took me a little digging around in the XML files to figure out where the data for the horses and the chickens were. There you see my 4 horses are back. And if we go back over here to the other side, all my chickens will be back. And I continue to play. I haven't screwed up any of the progress that anybody else on the server has made. I've maintained the progress that I've made on the server. And I've got my animals back. So, yeah, that's the fix. So if you're unfortunate to run into the situation that I ran into, that's how you can fix it for yourself. Because I got to tell you, I mean, like I said, after spending a couple 100 hours working on this in hard mode, to spend the kind of money and the kind of time that you have to put into all of this stuff, it can be really frustrating when you lose something like that and you don't have it anymore. So hopefully if you take a little time, you can fix that. The biggest thing to remember, though, is if you own animals and you log into the server, check them as soon as you log into a server. That should really be your first thing you do, is go check your animals real quick. If they're not there, log out of the game, log back into the game. Your animals should be there, and you can go along, do a game save, and continue about your merry way playing the game. Hopefully Giants will fix this, because it's a huge pain in the butt to have to deal with, and we shouldn't have to be jumping through hoops like this. But anyways, that's the solution for now. Good luck. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button for me. I know I haven't done videos in a long time. I'll probably get back into doing a series at some point. But I'm really just enjoying doing multiplayer. We're online every day at Twitch, at twitch.tv/Mistermoose Gaming. It's Christmas time. I'm doing giveaways every day. Come over and hang out with us a little bit. And if you want some information on how to get on the server, join our Discord group and message me, and I'll tell you how to get online with us. All right? Hope you're having a great time. Hope you're enjoying Farm Sim 19, guys. Until next time, stay safe, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.